So recently, I just wanted to chill and put on a movie to rewatch, and for some reason, after rewatching a bit of Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo, peak animated DC by the way, I for whatever reason ended up deciding to rewatch 2021's Dune, in which I gained a bit of a hot take, but it's not what you'd expect, because I actually still love this movie and I full-heartedly agree with the usual critical praise it gets. I still think that the score is epic, the VFX still looks incredible, the performances were great, the action was intense and looked natural, the politics was super interesting, learning about the Bene Gesserit element was still fascinating, like yeah, all the world building was still just excellent. Plus, this was my first time rewatching this movie, and after Dune Part 2, I actually enjoyed this movie even more than my original viewing. Nevertheless, as I said, I do have a hot take, and I get that this is going to sound crazy, but my take is that the one critique I have with this nearly flawless, already 2-hour and 35-minute movie is that I personally wish that it was longer. Now, hear me out. I get that it's a longer movie, and the huge critique people have with this movie is the length and the amount of exposition it has, but even after already knowing the lore, I found myself super invested in relearning everything, and I generally never got bored. But back to what I was saying, the reason I believe it should have been longer is the lack of Duke Leto Atreides. Now, in case you haven't seen this movie, here's a spoiler warning. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. If you wanted to kill off a pivotal character, I need to feel something when they die. Now, it wasn't really that bad because they did give us a decent amount of excellent scenes with him, but I do also think that they needed some more personal moments with Duke Leto, because throughout this entire film, our protagonist Paul is constantly in this heavy and confusing identity crisis in which everyone is telling him how important he is to the world, how important he is to his people, to his family legacy, to the Bene Gesserit, whoever. Yet when his father gets killed and Paul develops as a character through his pain, grief, guilt, and just the overwhelming weight of everything, I still emotionally felt nothing. And I get that it might not be a big deal for everyone, or it might not be a big enough deal, but if there's a single important moment that fundamentally changes the main character, I would put so much time and effort into focusing at that moment, and the build up to that moment is done flawlessly. But again, I don't really care too much because upon rewatch, I'm still going to give it a higher score than I gave it last time. That's why I'm giving Dune a 9.5 out of 10.